What is the first step in the performance management process? This is an important question for organizations to ask and get a best response answer. For the effective performance management of processes, a best first step is to establish metric reporting that leads to best behaviors. These metric reports need to provide 1. A more than a simple table of numbers or red, yellow, green scorecard. 2. An honest assessment of the output response of the process. 3. A predictive assessment where if a futuristic statement is undesirable, there's a need for process improvement. However, typically, organizations do not use a reporting methodology that addresses these needs. This video describes issues with traditional metric reporting and the benefit of a free app that overcomes these typical metric reporting shortcomings. Organizations have an elephant in the room issue that is typically not discussed. That issue is scorecard reporting. Scorecard reporting should lead to the best action or non-actions in an organization, but often this does not occur. This session will describe the issues with commonplace traditional metric reporting and then what to do to resolve these issues so that the best behaviors occur because of these reports. I will use the time it takes from someone to commute from home to work to illustrate the benefits of this reporting approach. Consider the time it takes someone to commute from home to work by car. The time to travel would not be precisely the same every day because commute time is a function of the amount of traffic encountered and delays from traffic signals, among other things. Mathematically, this relationship is y as a function of x, where y is the commute time and x's are the inputs to the process. For example, amount of traffic and traffic signals delays. A commuter tracked her commute time for several weeks and observed that it typically takes 25 to 35 minutes to commute. One could consider this commute time variation noise within her commute from home to work process. When collecting daily commute times, our commuter noticed 2 unusually long commute times. These commute times took over an hour, which is much longer than her 25 to 35 minutes commute time. A significant traffic accident caused one commuting delay, and the other situation, the travel delay occurred because of snowstorm. From the data analysis point of view, we can talk about the specifics of the exceptionally long commute time, for example, a major traffic accident and inclement weather. We want to understand and give focus to our typical commute time. We should remove these abnormal points from our metric tracking. After removing these atypical events, one should not talk about the specifics of what occurred on a particular day within the 25 to 35 typical commute time response. Discussing the particular of any noise data point in a process response can lead to an erroneous conclusion and inappropriate actions relative to improving the magnitude of a process response. This commuter wanted to reduce her commute time, and she set a goal for her time to commute, similar to the major goal-setting approach used in the company where she is employed. Her goal was commute time to be no longer than 33 minutes, as shown in the line in this figure. With this metric reporting approach, if a commute time exceeded 33 minutes, she would try to determine what happened during that commute and decide what to do so this problem does not occur again. Our commuter goal-setting approach for her home-to-work commute is similar to organizations using a red, yellow, green scorecard to monitor the output response from processes. For this metric tracking approach, red color triggers action for this scorecard approach because a specific data point did not meet a goal. Red, yellow, green scorecards and similar goal tracking methods for data points can lead to firefighting noise, variation, as well as abnormal occurrences, resulting in much organizational waste and even destructive behaviors. In the 1980s, Edwards Deming highlighted problems with this commonplace metric, meet the numbers, goals management approach in workshops using his red bead experiment exercise. The issues described by Deming in this workshop exercise are no different than those of red, yellow, green scorecards. A 30,000 foot level report format addresses this significant issue, where unusual events are separated from typical noise of the process response. In addition, with 30,000 foot level reporting, variation in the output's response is included in this report up. I will next illustrate the tracking of our computer's commute time using a 30,000 foot level metric tracking approach. This 30,000 foot level report for our commuter's initial response time has three components. The individual's chart, that's the left graph, is for assessing a measured response for stability from a high level point of view, i.e. a 30,000 foot level point of view, not unlike a windows view perspective from an airplane in flight of the terrain below. The mathematics for creating this chart is the same as that of statistical process SPC individuals chart. However, the primary use of the individuals chart is entirely different in a 30,000 foot level report. With the 30,000 foot level reporting, one is not attempting to control the process and identify special cause signals for resolutions. With 30,000 foot level reporting, the individual's chart only assesses whether the process is stable or not from a high level vantage point. Suppose that there are no points beyond the data calculated upper control limit or lower control limit, UCL and LCL values. In that case, the process is considered stable and predictable from this high level perspective. The probability plot, the right graph, is a plot of data from an individual's chart. If the region of a process measurements is a stable region of stability, the data from creating this plot is considered a random sample of the future. The prediction statement assumes that futuristic process inputs will be similar to those of the past. 3. The statement at the bottom of the chart addresses process predictability. If the process is considered stable, a prediction statement is determined from the probability plot and provided. The figure shows a commute time that is not stable because of the two abnormal commute times caused by a major traffic accident and a snowstorm. Since we want to reduce commute time under normal conditions and have identified the cause of these atypical responses, we can remove these two data points from our chart to create a typical response time. From this individual's chart, one observes that the process is now considered stable and the process is predictable. The bottom of the 30,000 foot level statement is that her current commute approach has an estimated mean response of about 30 minutes with 80% or 4 out of 5 commute times between 25 and 34 minutes. In this illustration, our commuters selected a process improvement to her commute process where she departed home half an hour earlier than what she had done previously. This 30,000 foot level commute time chart includes both the times before and after her change in home departure time. The figure shows a staging of the individual's chart where our commuter's new process began. The probability plot uses only data from the recent region stability region to create the graph and provide the prediction statement detail at the bottom of the report. Our computer process departing half an hour earlier provided an estimated mean commute time of about 20 minutes with 4 out of 5 commute times. That's 80% between 19 and 22 minutes. This mean commute duration is much less and with less amount of variability than her past process of not departing earlier. Where we had an estimated mean commute time of 30 minutes with 4 out of 5 of commutes, that's 80% between 25 and 34 minutes. Traditional metric reporting often encourages reacting to the ups and downs of commonplace noise responses, leading to much organizational wasted efforts and even destructive behaviors. 30,000 foot level reporting provides a high level process output response perspective that encourages process improvement thinking when needed to improve overall metric responses. This is your choice. You think it's best that your organization continue with scorecards that treat each data point something to react to or not, as described in this home to work commute presentation? Or do you want to show the output process with this response output variation so that the most appropriate action or non-action occurs? Often it's said that 30,000 foot level reporting is too complex for leadership and others to understand. I suggest that 30,000 foot level reporting is easier to understand. With 30,000 foot level reporting, the statement at the bottom of the chart can provide a predictive statement that includes process variation, or if this statement is undesirable, process improvement is needed. What can be easier to understand? If you think 30,000 foot level reporting could be a great thing for your organization, but are concerned that others will not buy into the concept, the problem then becomes an advocacy selling the consideration of 30,000 foot level reporting in your organization. One good place to start is to select a KPI or key performance indicator metric that is important to the business. Compile data for this metric over time and create a 30,000 foot level report for the data using our free app. When compared to traditional metric reporting approach, it is almost guaranteed that one will gain insight to perspectives of the process you've never seen before, which can be very beneficial to improving the KPI future response. The results from this metric reporting comparison can be then used to advocacy sell 30,000 foot level report consideration in your organization. For your data set, you can create 30,000 foot level reports with a free 30,000 foot level app that is available through the link shown here. Next steps. Schedule a video meeting with me to see how your organization could benefit from the 30,000 foot level reporting using one of your data sets. You can schedule a video session with me through the link shown here or by emailing me. A PDF copy of this presentation and more is available through the link shown in the slide. I suggest that you subscribe to my YouTube videos to see more Do It Smarter techniques for metric reporting and enhanced process improvement methodology so that the big picture benefits.